25%. Naturally, it's 20.
Hey, hi guys, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, guys. So, what is your plan for the day?
So now your class totally depend on you now.
All right. Okay, so let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes so that your other team member can join. And by the time I have some announcement to make, okay, there is this. Okay, we have a run. Okay. Jyoti. All right, guys. So I think I can make the announcement now. Okay. So first of all, first thing first, I am not available on this Friday. We do have a scheduled call. I mean, session 5 is going is scheduled on 19th. That is Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm not going to be available over there because of some business meetings out there. So I won't be available that point of time. I have a proposal for you. So if you want, of course, if you want, and if you guys are available, then I can reschedule it to 23rd of July. That is, sorry, not 23rd, 22nd of July. That is Monday, same time. If you guys are available, then only I can do that, or I will do that. Else, it will be postponed by a day. Each day, the session will be postponed, and the end of the session, I mean, the date of the completion of the session will be increased by a day. So it's your call.
Monday fine
I'm
for me.
available on Monday.
Yeah, me too, Ashwati.
Me too.
So you guys are
Krishna.
not available, right?
We are
We are
available.
Oh,
we
you
are
guys are
available.
available. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we have another member, Sabrine. Yes. Okay. Hi, Sabrine. So, Sabrine, what we are discussing over here this Friday, I am not available. So, I'm asking some alternative dates if you guys want to reschedule it to Monday. So, I think most of us interested for the Monday. So, can we have any votes? We have 5 members over here. Ashwati, Shushma, Sabrine, Jyoti, Akshay, can you please guys tell me if you guys are available on Monday same time?
Yeah, Ashwati, I am available.
Okay, thank you.
Krishna is available.
Uh,
Okay,
Sabrine, I'm available too.
yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
also
available
available.
too.
Okay, so all of you guys are available. So that is fine. So let's not wait for anything. Let me reschedule it just away so that I can confirm you have the proper email of invitation. Just give me a minute time. It will be on 22nd. Yes. Sending those updates. Yeah. So guys, can you please check if you have the invitation for 5th, that is 22nd of July. Can you please check and confirm me?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that. Next, there is another hurdle. So I have another appointment. It's like I have to meet my client. I have to go to Switzerland for to meet one of my clients. That will be in between from 26th till 29th. 29th? No, 30th. From 26th till 30th, I am not available. So as per schedule, we are going to miss only one session, that is 26th. As I am not available till 30th, no, 30th morning I can take session. Yes, 30th morning I can take session, but there we will miss one session in between, that is on 26th again. So my question is, if you guys are available, then we have to reschedule that 26th. It will be on 30th, that is Tuesday, not Monday, guys. Keeping in mind, 26th session will be rescheduled to 30th. So we will have 30th, 31st, and then 2nd of August. 3 sessions for that particular week. 2 sessions will be consecutive session, 30 and 31st. Then on the 2nd of August.
Okay.
Are you guys available?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine for me, Ashwati.
Fine.
Yeah,
So, I'm
fine for
sorry,
me.
26th class on which day? 30th or 30?
30th, yes, 30th,
31st?
Tuesday, same time, Tuesday.
On 30th Tuesday. Okay.
You guys are okay, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for confirming. What I'm going to do is, just after this particular call, I'm going to write down a fresh email to you guys. Okay. So there are lots of schedule, reschedule thing is happening. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to share you a fresh email so that you can have what was the previous schedule and what is the schedule is looking like, right?
Yeah.
And of course, call will be scheduled based on the revised schedule that just now what we had discussed over here. Call will be as per that schedule only. We are not going to do any kind of ad hoc call scheduling without discussing with you verbally or without any email, formal email and all. So yes, that will be done. I'm going to write down a formal email to you with those informations. Of course, you guys are confirmed. So that is confirmed. It's just an information email will be with you so that you will be aware what is the next schedule, what is the updated schedule. That is the first thing. Second thing is, of course, the call will be scheduled accordingly. So any confusion, any doubt regarding the scheduling and all?
No,
Okay,
it's clear.
all all right. So I think someone asked me regarding some of the project that is a payment related project, right? So to be honest, I'm going to meet my client. That particular client is Switzerland based. So I'm going to meet them, and this is regarding their Swiss bank payment related activities. So I'm going to meet them. I'm going to learn something from the what their requirement is. I'm going to gather some requirement, and as I mentioned, it is just a 15 days old project. So I'm going to have a detailed discussion about that particular project. To be honest, I'm not exactly working in that project, but my manager pushed me to go on site that particular week so that I can give a proper output over there. At the same time, I can grab the opportunity um, to work with this kind of clients I already worked with. So that is why company is pushing me to close this particular project. Make sense?
Wow, that's great.
Hmm.
Okay.
At the
Yes.
beautiful location too.
See, the thing is,
And right weather.
Yeah.
the this business travel is always sucks, to be honest,
Mhm.
because the thing is, see, if you're traveling for a vacation, so that is a different
Yes.
issue. You will plan as per your activity, as per your availability. But whenever your company is planning for you, they will plan as per their plan, or they will schedule everything as per their convenient, right? So they're not going to bother about what is your comfortable, which way you want to go, nothing like that. So I traveled a lot. Okay. I
Mhm.
traveled not exactly almost everywhere, but yes, I did. But the
Wow.
thing is, I don't want to do it right, even this point of time, because I know what business travel is all about. It's full of hectic. You will I mean, you won't get that much of time. Even just imagine, I'm traveling during the weekend. So don't think that I'm going to rest over there during those weekends. No, I'm going to meet my client during Sunday, Saturday, and all. So you can imagine how my weekend is going to be. Okay, so there is no relaxation time, guys. There is no time that I can spend with myself. Of course, whenever anyone is going to on-site, there is some expectations. So I have to do lots of homework. See, as I already mentioned, I don't have any idea about payments and all. So I'm going to grab some idea during that point of time. During traveling time, I have to read out, I have to study, I have to do R&D so that I can have some idea, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so it's not going to be easy for me. Even to be honest, I'm not excited about it. Just you know why? Why? The thing is, it's just giving me a bother. Like, okay, I have to study, I have to study, I have to study, I have to perform well over there because my manager is pushing me for that. So yes, this kind of thing is going on in my mind right now. Of course, the location is good. Every location is good as per its own in own way. Okay, and yes, the location is good, and at least it's not going to be that much. Um, let's see how
Which
it's
place
going
are
to.
you going?
Actually, I'm going to let me check. I just know I have to go. I haven't checked my tickets yet. Okay, let me check my email. Okay. Do you know what? It's a Swiss bank project. So I will handling some of the project, some of the bank and all. By the way, where is the ticket? Have you ever used Outlook account?
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes it sucks. I mean, sometimes it's okay. So I'm going to a place. It's called Zug, ZUG.
Okay.
So to be honest, I don't have any idea about it. Once I visit Zurich, but this place is Zug. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
So you guys traveled over there?
Yeah, I have traveled. I went to Lausanne, Alps.
All right, so that's good. To be honest, this place is really nice, but yes, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
All right, so let's come back into our session, guys. All right, um, so do you have any questions, concerns, any doubt? Come on, guys, you guys should have some questions, should have some doubts. Are you guys studying? Are you guys reviewing all those things? But Rahul, how how can we do that? You haven't sent us the email. You haven't sent us the recording. You haven't sent us the study material. So how we can do that? Correct?
And also you said that we are really going into the depths of it only from this time session. The earlier
Yes.
ones were fairly general.
Yes. From session 3. Yes. So today we are going to discuss again some serious activities, that is documentations. Why this is serious? Because you are the only solo person who is the responsible for that. And yeah, let me share my screen. Again, I'm not.
Rahul, do
Yeah.
you have notes, readable notes? Like the presentation, it's small thing, right? So if you have a detailed note or some PDF, you can share it across so that we can go through it.
Let me see because I
Also
don't know this.
particularly business cases, specific business cases
Yeah.
of
Or
specific projects and how it was approached and
Mhm.
what
Yes,
tools were
I
yeah.
do have
used.
some documents. I do have some documents for that. I can share you. Yes, I will do that. Yes, thanks for
Also,
asking this. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Also, if you can give some assignment to us,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
we
From
sit
today
and
onwards,
work.
I'm going to assign you some assign. I'm going to assign you some homework. So don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Okay.
From today onwards, you guys are going to be busy. So
Wow.
yeah. Anything, guys? All right. So let me see what is there. My screen is shared, right?
Not yet. Yeah, it's coming.
We can see it
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Just tell me, I'm moving my screen now. Is it moving?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for confirming. I'm really frustrated about it. All right, no problem. Okay,
You
so
can use some
what
other, Zoom or Google Meet, Gmeet.
uh yes, we tried, but there is some tie-up with Microsoft, this particular company, so I think that is why they are favoring Teams.
Okay.
All right. So I suggested them Slack, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know what is Slack?
No.
Okay, Slack is a similar to, like, it's online meeting, chat, everything can be done. At the same time, this kind of training session also can be done. But okay, so first question is, have you ever used Orkut or have you heard about it?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I actually haven't.
I should have.
Maybe maybe
How
the
do you spell
eighth
it?
generation.
ORKUT. So
O-R-K.
so it's not existing right now, but I think before Facebook, it was there, and I enjoyed it that a lot. Even if you ask me, if I have the choice to use in terms of Facebook to Orkut, I would rather prefer Orkut. Do you know why? It's so colorful, and I can select, I can put my profile in any kind of colors, right? Not like Facebook, it's going to be only blue. Okay, so like Teams interface is only going to be that kind of a color, but the Slack is quite a bit colorful. Okay, so that is why I favor in Slack. Else, apart from that, there is nothing much difference over there. It's much more stable. All right, so let's jump over here in terms of documentation. So yes, documentation is very much important for you because you are the only solo person who is going to be handle this kind of documentation. So let me tell you about the practicality of this documentation field. Okay, so in terms of all the things, I mean in terms of all the activities, in our upcoming session we will discuss something about agile, waterfall, we will discuss Scrum. We will discuss Scrum ceremonies like sprint planning activity, retrospective meeting, daily stand-up calls. We will discuss this kind of things. At the same time, and you have to cover, there's a small span of time that is called sprint. So we have to cover all those things. So to be honest, in practicality, you won't get that much of time to cover everything. At the same time, you have to do the documentations. So to be honest, there's a little bit of scope of documentations. So nobody's going to put I mean, so much stress on this. But yes, when it's mattered the most, they will ask you, Rahul, where is the documentation? Okay. And to be honest, nobody's going to give you that much of time, but you have to arrange the time to do the documentations, because in the critical situation, this documentation is going to help you guys. Okay. So we will discuss today how this kind of documentation is going to help you. We will discuss what is the evaluation of this documentations. Next is why we will do the documentations, and last but not the least, the modern phenomena of documentation. I mean, how in modern days, I mean these days, we are doing the documentations. Okay, all right. So just to understand the management of documentations, there are one thing that is left from previous session, that is type of requirement. So to be honest, there are three types of requirement, guys. First type of requirement is, that is business related requirement, that is business requirement. Next requirement is functional related requirement, that is functional requirement. Third requirement is the technical requirement, that is specific requirements. Okay. And as I already mentioned, we do have documentations associated with that. So the first document that is associated with business requirement, that is called BRD, Business Requirement Documentations. The next document that is associated with functional requirement, that is called FRD, Functional Requirement Documentations. The next document that is associated with system specification, that is called System Specification Requirement Documents, or SRS or SRD. Guys, just give me a minute time. Let me bring some water. Just give me a minute. Hi guys, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me repeat that. Maybe it's confusing, so let me repeat that once again. So there are three pillars of requirement. Okay, the first requirement is business related requirement, that is called business requirement. And yes, every requirement is associated with their documentations, that is called business requirement, and their documentation is called business requirement documents, that is BRD. Next is functional requirement. The functional requirement and their associated document is FRD, functional requirement documentations. Next is system requirement. The associated document is system requirement specification or system requirement documents, that is SRS or SRD. Is it making sense? Or should I
Yeah.
repeat?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like the backbone of documentations. Nobody's stopping you these days to do this kind of documentations. But to be honest, you won't get time, guys. Our profile or this particular business analyst profile is a so much running profile, a dynamic profile. You won't get time to perform this kind of activities, to perform this kind of documentations. But yes, documentation is very much important. So what we are doing is, whenever we have some problem from client, like client is asking me, Rahul, my Swift account is not working, my Swift payment is not going through. So what I'm going to do? So I'm going to analyze, like, okay, let me analyze the problem first. Let me write down the business requirement first. Why? What we are going to mention in business requirement. In business requirement, we are going to mention, like, okay, why client is asking us with this kind of solution? What is the background of the project? What are the things that triggered the business? What triggered my client is moving to us? This kind of information will be in business requirement documentation. Exactly the high level requirements, nothing technical, nothing about the solution, nothing like that. Just preliminary discussion, like what is the problem, what is the background of the project, why client needs this kind of a solution, why we are, all this kind of information is going to be mentioned in BRD. Next comes, that is FRD, that is functional requirement documentations. So whatever the solution is and how it's going to perform with the existing system or with the functionality that is already available, how it's going to behave, the solution, how it's going to work in terms of functionality. So that is going to be discussed in FRD, that is functional requirement specification. Make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions, doubt, concerns?
Nope.
As I already
No.
mentioned, from today onwards, it's going to be some confusion. It's going to be some difficult to understand, but yes, you guys are learning so fast. That is good. Last but not the least, what is SRS? SRS is Bible for the technical team. Okay. So it's going to be throughout whatever the problem is, it's going to be the solution. Everything is going to be mentioned over there, and you have to prepare that particular document. Now, a question may arise, Rahul, how we can prepare any kind of documentation which is fully technical. Of course, you cannot perform that or you cannot prepare it by your own. But in your team, there will be lots of technical persons like technical architect, subject matter expert. You will take some help from them. Even these days also, I'm taking some help. After 13 years of experience, I'm taking help from technical person because to be honest, guys, I'm not a technical person. I'm not going to do any kind of technical work. Make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the top two documents, the BRD is a, you can consider, I will tell you like, if you have some time, okay, in your project execution, please execute or please prepare BRD. This is, you can consider this is a thumb rule. But to be honest, nobody is going to ask you about any kind of documentations or anything until unless they need it. In my half an hour, almost, you can consider 18 months or 20 months, whatever the project I executed, nobody asked me for any documentation because they don't need it. They don't require it. Okay. Before that, there was some problem with the documentation. So yes, they asked me that point of time. But after, I can consider like in between 18 or 20 months, whatever the project I did, nobody asked me for any kind of documentation. But yes, I did. Some of the documentation I did. Though I did it my way, it's not going to be your way or any other's way. I did it in my way. Okay. So yes, that is a thing in terms of documentation. Okay, let's discuss that. That is a very much important thing. So guys, my question is, today I'm going to assign you some task. Okay. So what is the task? The task is you guys have to, already you have the recording of session 1. So yes, you can go through that. And you have to summary, you have to write down a summary. What are the things that we discussed over there? No, it's not going to be point wise, point 1, point 2, point 3. No, nothing like that. You have to write down a paragraph. Like what are the things that we discussed? Make it as short as possible. Make sense?
Yeah.
So how many team members we have over here? 6, right? Including me, 6, right?
Yes.
So guys, my question is with you, like, are you guys expecting all the 6 documentations and all the 6 homework is going to be same?
No.
But we discussed in the same call, right? But the documentation by writing style, or you can consider the abbreviation or anything, the presentation is going to be different, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that is a catchy point, or that is a point that I want to mention over here. This documentation is not, there is no hard coded, or it is not, there is nothing like any thumb rule out there. Okay, nobody is telling you the whole, you need to mention that, you need to mention that, you need to mention that. So it is relative. So whatever the things I feel that I'm writing down in the documentation. So if you feel that, okay, there has to be some new points to be added, of course you are right. But at the same time, I am not either. I am not wrong either. Make sense?
Mhm.
Guys, is it making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 So whatever the documentation you guys will do, maybe person number 1, whatever she writes, I mean, whatever the documentation is, it can be good in terms of that particular person, but it can be wrong in terms of other person, maybe person number 2. But the situation is, nobody nobody can tell you like, okay, your documentation is wrong and his documentation is right. No, this is, it cannot be mentioned, because documentation is a relative one. It cannot be absolute right or absolute wrong. You can mention, according to me, Rahul, you can add some more points, or according to me, you can cut down some of these points. So that's a separate issue. But documentation is, cannot be same for everyone. If you ask me, Rahul, one of your past project, okay, can you please do the same documentation with me? Yes, I can do that. And I can guarantee you, whatever the documentation I'm going to prepare right now, or maybe now, it's going to be a different one what I prepared at that point of time. Even the same person, Rahul, is preparing the same documentation, the project he did maybe 3 years earlier. At the same project, I'm asking Rahul to prepare another documentation, same documentation after 3 years. And Rahul is telling that, okay, the documentation will be different. Why? Any answer, guys?
Better understanding of the project, new findings.
Yes. So the thing is, whenever you're gathering the requirement, you have to you have to close your eyes and open your ears. You have to understand the requirement very well. So why my documentation is going to be different? Because right now I know what the project is all about, because the project is over. It was 3 years earlier project, so it's already over. So I know everything about that particular project. So if you ask me any question, I can write down those answers in a different way because I know everything about that, right? So yes, your documentations, your understanding, everything is going to be reflected over there. So it cannot be same in any point of time. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So I think you have your homework, right? What is the homework you have to do? What is the
Summarize one
assignment you
session
have to
one.
perform? Yes. What are the things that we discussed? You have to prepare not a list. You have to write down a paragraph as short as possible. Okay. And you can mail me in between this weekend. You have Friday. We don't have any call scheduled on Friday. So I think you can call me, you can share me your your writings just before Friday. Yeah, I can go through that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to the documentation. So yes, those are the three documentation. These are the pillars. But to be honest, guys, in today's busy life, you won't get that much of time to do the further most documentations. But yes, I would rather suggest you, at least for initial 3 years of your career, please do the documentation that is called BRD. That is the basic first documents you have to prepare. After gathering the requirement, you have to prepare a fresh BRD. Makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
a question may arise. Rahul, you are telling that, okay, these days we are not doing any kind of this kind of documentation. So what we are doing? So we are right now, we are preparing user stories. What is user story? What is this kind of things? We will discuss in our upcoming session, maybe session number 8 or 9. But yes, these days we are doing user stories. Okay, in terms of documentations like BRD, FRD, all the complicated things, but we are doing right now, that is user story. So now you can ask me a simple question, Rahul, why we are not doing any kind of document? As I already mentioned, we won't get that much of time after executing all the projects activities, after executing all the things, you won't get time to do any kind of documentation. So it is advisable to, write down a user story. We will discuss in detail about user story, how to write down a user story. We will have a demo project that is on Jira. We will write down our user story. We will prepare some of the documentations. We will have a detailed discussion about what are the tools, what are the feature that we have in Jira. So what are the things that we can use over there? Everything will be discussed. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So now the main agenda for today, that is, what are the tools that we are going to use? Okay. So in terms of documentations, you can write down it anywhere. A notepad, I mean, you can bring a pen and paper, that is fine. You can write down it in notepad, you can write down it Word, We can write down in Excel, doesn't matter to be honest. Where you're writing down those requirements, that has to be stored properly. These days, we have lots of tools to manage everything about documentations. One of those tools, we are going to have a demo session with you guys. So nothing to worry about. But yes, there are lots of tools we are going to use, and we are using these days. One of the tools we are going to use, that is called Jira. All right. Now, the best thing that is we need to discuss over here, why we need documentations. Any guess, guys? Why we need documentations? Any guess or any idea about it?
To have
My
a
question.
permanent record of what the objectives were and how they were achieved.
Okay. Okay. Yes, that is a primary goal. Yes, you guys, you are absolutely correct. Any other points, guys?
When things go wrong, to have something to refer to find out where it
Mhm.
could have gone wrong.
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely correct. Just remind me, there is a tricky interview question. I will tell you what to answer. Okay. But when interviewer asked me this particular question, I didn't answer it that much prominently. So eventually I got that particular job. They selected me. But to be honest, what I provided the answer, that was not up to the mark. I don't feel that is correct. Okay, so no problem. We will discuss that. I will share you that particular experience with you. Okay, guys. So for now, any other points or anything you want to mention?
It can avoid misunderstanding, confusions. For later reference, it will be good, and
Yeah.
also to be in track.
Yes. Okay. So whenever you're writing down any of the documentation, of course, you can refer them anytime, anywhere. The next thing is, of course, whenever you have some mistakes, you can learn it from your previous documentation. So what kind of solution is going to be? So the time it's going to be the lost time is going to be as minimum as possible, right?
Yeah.
The best thing that is going to be mentioned over there, that is requirement verification. Like, let's suppose you are my client and I am your business analyst. I'm writing down those requirements, and what if after some times you deny it? Okay, I didn't ask Rahul to do this. Make sense what I am trying to say?
Yeah.
So this
Yes.
is advisable. This is the law actually. You cannot trust your shadow. Whenever you have any kind of documentations, whenever you have any kind of requirement gathered, so please do a proper documentation and please authorize it. How you can do that? So like, we are organizing a recorded session like what we are doing it right now. Our session is recorded, right? So what you are telling, what I am telling, everything is recorded over here. At the same time, you can do some sort of signature. If you're maintaining any kind of hard copy, you can put a signature over there. Or what you can do is you can have a proper email writing down, okay, these are the things we have discussed, and I'm just confirm that what we are supposed to do. Okay, so this kind of things, you can have a proper signature from the client, like, okay, what are the things we discussed? That is a signature we have. You can mail, please confirm whatever the things we discussed, and if the client is confirming you over mail, so everything is verified. So yes, this kind of things is a very much useful things in terms of the documentations, and it's really helpful in terms of project execution. In terms of future aspects, so okay, let's me discuss about the question that particular interviewer asked me. So that particular interviewer, it's a situational based question, to be honest. So they shared me a situation. I'm not going to share that particular situation, else you will able to understand for which company I appeared for. So eventually got this job, but I didn't join the company for some reasons. Okay, so that particular interviewer asked me, so Rahul, let's suppose you are facing some problem. Okay, maybe some particular feature is not working. How we are going to handle that particular situation? Okay, So the answer is going to be, so without any panic, first, what you are going to do is you are going to dig into the situation, why this kind of error or why this kind of feature is not working. Okay, you need to search, you need to do a documentations. Why you are going to do a documentation? Because in moving forward in future, if someone faces a similar sort of situation or similar sort of problem, they can refer this particular one and they can easily resolve whatever the problem is. Making sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So in that way, we will do the documentations and we will manage those everything. So documentations, that is one of the most important thing, that is the security aspects. So one of the ethical questions or ethics related questions that I'm going to ask you right now, it is like one of the best questions for the interviewer whenever they're interviewing anyone. So let's suppose you guys, I mean, you and your friend are in the same company but in a different project. So you and your friend are in the same company but in a different project. So my question is over here, and you have to answer that. Are you guys expecting that particular, are you guys expecting like in between those two people who are friends, they will share everything in the, I mean, whatever the project related details, project documentations, can they share in between them?
No,
No. Why? Yes, that is right
because
answer.
there should be some confidentiality and different type of
Yeah.
approach. Yeah.
Though you guys are colleagues, though you guys are working for the same company, but ethically, you cannot share any of the project details, any of the project related documentations to any of the people or any of the employee who is not belonging to your particular project. Makes sense? So security and documentation management and policies is very much important over here. Okay. So all the related thing we already discussed, but yes, those kind of security maintenance can be done in terms of whenever you're using any kind of automated tool. Like yes, Confluence is a company. Their product is Jira. That is a project management activity project. They have another project that is called Confluence. So the Confluence project is nothing but you can store all of your digital data over there. Okay. We are writing down those user stories or anything, and we are keeping them over there. So now this particular tool, I mean, Confluence can be used in multiple ways. So let's suppose I want to give some of you some access. I want to give someone doesn't have those access, so I can do that. Okay. So these are the security related activities can be done in terms of all the tools that we have over there. Make sense, guys? Any questions, concerns? Now, last but not the least, I have a question for you. Okay. So do you think this documentations or maintaining documentations or doing documentation is the best thing, or is it is a best practice as a business analyst?
Yeah, it's the best practice.
Yes, best practice.
Why? Eventually in project, whenever we will discuss in project activities, you won't get any much of time to do documentation. Yes, of course, showcasing is good. You are restoring, that is also fine. But but my question is, you won't get that much of time, that is correct, but why this documentation is very much important?
Mainly for the future reference, and if at all
Yeah.
some problem comes, to avoid conflict, we can
Yes,
refer back.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other points, guys?
It's a communication tool within the team of what each
Correct,
person has to do.
correct. Any other points? I already discussed that particular point.
It can also be used to compare how well the project is going.
Uh-huh. Yes.
It's a requirement verification tool.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that is true. Last but not the least, you guys are forgetting that is for law.
Yeah, regulatory.
Yes. So all the law related activities, I don't know whether I mentioned it or not. Some of the project, they may ask you, to go through some internal audit. An internal audit team will sit and they will ask you, Rahul, why your developers is taking or your technical person is taking so much time to perform over there. Make sense? So this kind of activities will be there, and we will discuss in detail in upcoming sessions about like waterfall model, um, Scrum, Agile, all those things. We will have a detailed discussion about it. And documentations, as I already mentioned, this is one of the only skills, one of the skill set that is you are going to perform alone. Okay, nobody is going to help you, nobody is going to help you to do any kind of way. And yes, there's a only exception, that is the SRS documents. The SRS document is the document where you need some help from your team member, so that will be done. Okay, all right guys, so that's it for today's session regarding
I have a
all
question.
the documentations. Yes, I will come to that, just give me a minute time. So what we are going to do is, of course, we will share you the recording and this PDF file. That is a separate thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share you some testimonies. Like I'm going to provide you some of the practical documentation file, though I'm going to remove some client's name or any company's name from there. Okay, because of
Mhm.
some confidentiality. At the same time, I cannot do this kind of activities, right? So yes, I'm going to share you some live documentation or some used documentations, but yes, I cannot tell you like what kind of company that was, which company that was, who was the manager over there. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So now it's up to you guys. The floor is yours. You can ask me any question.
So since documentation is a legal requirement and it is so important because you rely on it, shouldn't there be a standard process that is laid down that all persons who
No,
write the documents
no,
should
no, no, no,
follow?
no. That is you can consider sometimes it is like it's a good thing, sometimes it is not. No, there is no hard and fast rule. There is nothing like that. Like you have to write down there is a template that you have to follow this kind of template. No, no, there is nothing like any templates out there. Moreover, if you join any companies are following their own way of templates. Companies are following their own templates. So yes, if your base is clear, now whatever the things we discuss, if that is clear, so you can adjust in any other way, or you can adjust in any atmosphere. Okay. So initially, what are the things that you need to do? That is, as I mentioned, you don't need to do any kind of the conservative or the previous approach of documentation, BID, FID and all. Please don't focus on them. What you need to do is you need to write down some user stories. Again, we will discuss in detail. There is some rules for the user stories. Yes, these days we are following user stories. This is agile, and this is the modern day activity. There is some rules over there, we will follow them. But to be honest, if you can write down a proper user story, nobody's going to ask you, Rahul, the format about that. So that is also true. Am I making sense?
Yes, but in a practical situation, do you find that in the kind of companies you work for, they do
Uh-huh.
have a standardized template?
Yes. It varies from company to company.
Yeah.
All right. Any other
Yeah.
questions, doubt, concerns? Yeah. Okay. No one. All right. No problem, guys. So today, tonight actually, after my office, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download and I'm going to send you the recording for session 2. So session 2's recording and PDF documentations for session 3 and 4. You will get everything in the documents that is going to be shared with you in sometimes. Okay, I think in the afternoon you will get that. Evening, in the evening you will get that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, no problem. So guys, please go through those recordings, go through those PDF file. If you have any doubt, any concerns, please let me know. And please do that. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. That's it for today's session. If you
Thank
have
you.
any questions, you can mail me. I will answer that. Apart from that, I have nothing to mention today's sessions. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
John, I have a
Bye.
question. I have a question.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go on.
I was just wondering when like the next assignment or like test would be.
Okay, so I already mentioned. So you need to go through session number 1. You need to write down what are the things that we discuss over there. Though it's not going to be point wise, point 1, point 2. It has to be a paragraph, and you have to make it as short as possible.
Okay. But when will
Make
that
sense?
be? Yeah,
Sorry?
but like, when will that be though?
I cannot get it. I mean,
So
I'm not
when will
following.
that assessment be? That's what I'm
Yeah, the first
asking.
session number 1.
Okay.
All right. So in that note, I'm signing off. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you for your time. Bye.